Epic have sued Google and Apple over the fact that their game Fortnite has been banned from Google and Apple's app stores. Because Epic Games apparently updated Fortnite so that players could buy their bullshit currency. I believe it's called V-Bucks or so. I don't even give a shit what it's called. It's the bullshit currency. They updated Fortnite so that you could buy the bullshit currency direct from Epic, who made Fortnite, bypassing Google and Apple's payment systems, which is against Google and Apple's terms and conditions, and so Google and Apple have banned Fortnite for breaching their terms and conditions. And Epic have come out and said, oh, but this isn't about the money. We just disagree with the 30%. We're the good guys in all of this. What a load of horse shit. First of all, Epic is a big corporation. They are definitely not the good guys. Google and Apple are also big corporations. They're definitely not the good guys in all of this either. But then, in this particular instance, they're not pretending to be. Epic is. The thing is that everybody has done this. Well, the vast majority of people these days, if you're on the internet, you've certainly done this at some point. I've done it with YouTube, which is where this video is right now. When you sign up, you fill in your details, ... hash, and before you can click the OK/accept button, you have to check that little checkbox and put a tick in it, which says, I have read, understood, and agreed to the terms and conditions. You see, as much as Epic is making it a big deal about 30% is too much, and there are plenty of developers on these platforms who also think 30% is too much, and I dare say that if I'd put a shitload of effort into a game myself and put it up on a platform, I'd be complaining about the 30% as well. But that's not really the point. My point is that at some point Epic Games created Fortnite and they wanted to put it up on Google and Apple storefronts. And Google and Apple storefront said 30% of every paycheck please, and Epic probably said piss off, and Google and Apple said oh, okay then, piss off. And then Epic went, oh alright, 30%, and they ticked the box and said, we have understood, we accept, we have read the terms and conditions, we're okay with the 30%, and now all of a sudden they've decided to pull this. Now I do think of this as pulling some shit, because the thing is that when they started selling the bullshit currency to players, Epic have a PC storefront as well, and that's trying to compete with Steam. And Steam on PC, like Google and Apple, take a 30% cut. I'm starting to think that there's actually, you know how corporations have a boardroom where all the members gather together and make decisions? I'm starting to think there's some sort of mega boardroom somewhere where all the big heads of corporations gather and say, you know what would be a good amount to charge? 30%, because everyone seems to charge the same amount. But anyway, Epic on PC, their storefront charges 12%. And I don't know how much they were selling the bullshit currency for, but it was a lot less than 30% extra. They were passing the saving on to players, is my point. And doubtless when you immediately hear this, you think, oh, good for the players then. Bullshit. Because as soon as they updated Fortnite to bypass the payment system on these platforms, immediately the platforms banned them, and instantly Epic came out with a lawsuit and a statement saying, how dare they? 30%? It's outrageous. We're fighting for the players and the developers. Instantly. They knew what was going to happen. They knew. They didn't expect it to last. Which is why, again, this whole charade about, you know, we're fighting for other developers on the platform, we want to pass the savings on to players, it's all corporate crap. They're not the good guys. I mean, as I say, the Epic storefront on PC is trying to compete with the Steam storefront on PC, and From what I've heard, Epic doesn't so much compete with Steam as it does just buy exclusives out from under them, which they've done a lot of, and they've pissed off some players in the process, because I know, for example, that Shenmue 3 was a Kickstarter project, and players that wanted to play Shenmue 3 that were big Shenmue fans had put a lot of money into this, collectively speaking, and they were promised a Steam key, a digital copy from the Steam storefront. They were promised that, and then suddenly Epic came in and bought the exclusive rights out from under them, and instead of hosting the game as well as Steam, instead of actually offering players a choice between, Steam and Epic just said, no, you're going to buy this game from us. And players were understandably pissed off, or at least quite a few of them were, because they'd been promised a Steam key and suddenly they were being forced to have an Epic key. So when Epic tries to make out that it's the hero of this piece, the good guy, they're trying to encourage competition, by lowering that 30% maybe down to, I don't know, 20, 15, maybe even, dare I say, 12%. For the good of the developers, for the good of the players. It's all horse shit. Because Epic wouldn't be buying up exclusives if they were trying to stop competition. Because by definition, if you buy the exclusive, you can only get it from Epic now. If Epic hosted it on their own as well as Steam, that would be competition. It's just, this whole thing, they don't give a shit about the players, is my point in all of this. It makes me particularly laugh because Epic explicitly says that this isn't about the money, that we don't care if we get a better deal, we only care if everybody else gets a better deal. Okay then, Epic, how about this? Say Google and Apple gives everyone a 12% payment plan and keeps you on the 30% plan. You happy with that? Yeah, that's what I thought. This, make no mistake, this isn't about... I haven't heard Epic yet say that if Google and Apple actually do lower their prices, that they'll pass the saving on permanently. And I mean permanently, not as in just for a year or 6 months or whatever. And then they'll creep it up slowly over time. Because that's exactly what they'll do. No, they haven't said anything like that yet. This is just corporations arguing over who gets what percentage of money out of our wallets. That's all this is. This is just them arguing the toss over dollars and pounds and whatever your local currency happens to be, over who gets what. As far as I'm concerned, we're not going to, even if we see some initial savings from Fortnite and possibly other games, because even if Epic passes on some savings to us, is any other developer? Are they going to pass on all the extra money? Are they going to be content with the 70% they get at the moment and then give 12% to Google and Apple and then just make sure that every bit of the 18% goes back to us? Are they all going to do that? Can Epic guarantee they're all going to do that? Of course they fucking can't. Epic is painting itself as the hero of the piece. No, it's more like The Boys is what this is. This is more like Epic pretending it's the hero when it fucking isn't. This is Epic versus Google and Apple. It's kind of like comparing cat shit with dog shit. One is smaller and more neatly buried. That's about it. Epic is trying to paint itself as the good guy and it absolutely isn't. It's never been the good guy. It never will be the good guy. Just when companies become corporate, they get so many people in them that at some point you're going to get several dickholes that are only interested in pursuing the bottom line into the company. And once that happens, they'll start hiring other people that think the same thing, which is how corporations become major dickholes. That's all this is. They all become concerned with the budget. All three of these companies, corporate equals bad. There are no good guys here. And by the way, I'm no legal expert, but if Epic agreed to the 30%, doesn't that mean they've got no legal foot to stand on here? Because they're the ones that have updated the game against Google and Apple's terms of service. I don't see how they're going to win the lawsuit from a legal standpoint. Unless Google and Apple have actually done something illegal. In which case, terms and conditions take priority. But what the fuck ever? What? I don't know. I'm no expert. This is just corporations in a dick measuring contest. Arguing over the money in our wallets.